Hey, have the Vikings chosen who they want to take in the 2024 NFL draft? Let's talk about that next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, click like, above all, comment. Tell me what you think about the news coming out of Adam Schefter and other things I'm going to talk about. Put it all together, form your own opinion. Let's go. Comment. Tell me what you think about Drake and Maye. I'm going to pull up an article. It's all about Adam Schefter reporting. I think there's fire behind that smoke. I tend to believe it. I tend to believe things that he says. Um, Anyways, he's been wrong before, and he's been called out by a couple players here and there. But this seems reasonable, so I'm gonna put some credence to it, and we're gonna read the article, and then I'm gonna talk about all the things that are pulling and tugging to this theory. But hey, let's talk about Drake Maye potentially being the choice of the Minnesota Vikings. Let's do it. All right. So this is Vikings reach final verdict on polarizing QB Drake Maye. Insider reveals. I don't know how polarizing he is, but he is a little bit. This is the Minnesota Vikings are willing to embrace the risk attached to Drake Maye. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported on April 15th that Maye, who has seen some polarizing reviews due to some inconsistencies as a thrower, is the Vikings' preference ahead of the draft. A preference. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean we're guaranteed to go up and get him, but hey, he's the preference. I think Drake Maye is the leader in the clubhouse, but it all depends on the team. Schefter said on SportsCenter, if Minnesota were to find a way to go up to number 3, my sense is Drake Maye is the preference. So he's saying you got to get up to 3. You got to get up to 3. Now, I am not going to lie. I didn't know much about Drake Maye and his personality, and I put more credence or I put more belief in that other quarterbacks were more of leaders than him. Like JJ McCarthy, I thought was my tiebreaker. I thought his leadership was, his personality. Drake Maye is not bad. Just listening to him in interviews and stuff, and interacting with ex NFL players that are critiquing his ability. He seemed very mature. Took ownership. I think those things will do well in the league. So I'm not worried about Drake Maye and his leadership abilities, or his physical tools for that matter. Uh, the Vikings have taken a long look at several prospects throughout the pre-draft process. Arguably, no team has more insights on Maye than the Vikings, who hired Josh McCown and their quarterbacks coach. McCown coached Maye in high school and has followed his career closely. I do not put as much stake in the fact that he coached him in high school, that we're going to draft him, that we're going off his, I coached him in high school is pretty good. Nah, I do put in the context that that's why we got Sam Darnold, because he was mentor to him at the Jets when he was drafted. But Josh McCown probably has a relationship, but you know who does too, and that's Kevin McConnell. Kevin McConnell, I think coached him at a camp or something like that. So they know who Drake Maye is. They followed him. They're putting more money on the fact that they think he's a good quarterback rather than he coached him in high school. But you get to know him as a person. So I think getting to know him as a person will add fuel at fire. So I think that in that context, the fact that they know him personally from past experiences, definitely a plus for him, not a negative. Maye is a consensus number 2 quarterback in this year's class behind Caleb Williams, but consensus, okay. I don't know. Is it consensus? Jaden Daniels, man. I don't know if he's consensus number 2 quarterback. Why is he going 3? Why is he going 3? I don't know. Caleb Williams, but has also received the most flack in the media. Merrill Hodge was the lead bell ringer, saying Maye is the kind of player that you'll get get you fired. Wow. Merrill Hodge is the kind of player that'll get you fired. Hey, he might. If he doesn't work out, he will. Man, everybody is quoting the Purple Persuasion now. For Adam Schefter, Drake Maye is a preference for the Vikings. Yeah, here we go. Former Vikings quarterback JT O'Sullivan, who launched his digital platform, The QB School, to provide insight into the quarterback play analysis, offered his quarterback rankings for the year's draft class. O'Sullivan spent the. I not like O'Sullivan, man. He is fair. He doesn't pull punches. Does really good work. Thorough work. I love that guy. O'Sullivan spent the first 6 minutes of the video stating his parameter, which was merely which quarterbacks are most polished and NFL ready, without any consideration of their development, character, or the other intangibles that are unknown until they enter the league. Fair. Judging them purely on their ability. Here you go. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, Drake Maye. Drake Maye 4th. There you go. O'Sullivan didn't have many slights on Maye other than the ball control and at times errant plays. He gave JJ McCarthy the edge over Maye due to his level of consistency and polish at the stage of their career, liking McCarthy to San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's pretty good. I think Drake Maye's probably he's probably physically as talented. I think Drake Maye is a little harder to bring down as a ball carrier or in the pocket. But yeah, if he's Brock Purdy, but I think with a bigger arm, then I like it. Meanwhile, Maye continues to garner a wide net of NFL comparisons, which the ceiling being Josh Allen and the floor Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles could have been good, and at times was. If he can become a consistent guy who could also make the splash plays, he could be very easily the best guy coming out of this class. O'Sullivan said, "Is he as consistent as these guys coming out right now? Is he?" Oh well, that was that was not good. He's as consistent as any of these guys coming out right now, I think is what these meant to say. He's not. Oh, he's not. Okay. Where Drake Maye fails and why and how easily it's fixed. So yeah, go check this out. I don't want to play this to get a copyright, but there's video. Go look up JT O'Sullivan. Go look up this article. It's in heavy.com. Actually doing a lot better work now. They're not as sensationalized, but I am a big fan of JT O'Sullivan. I would listen to what he has to say. And the fact that he ranks him 4, I'm okay with all 4 of these quarterbacks. So I'd be happy that this happened. So now the other things that are going on is we got smoke that Justin Jefferson's not happy, and I think Paul Allen quashed that with insider information. I think they're based on what I'm hearing in piecing it together that there is a framework of a deal done. I'm using the words framework. That's coming from me. That just makes sense based on what I saw, that these guys are just waiting to make the deal. I don't know why. Maybe it's because other receivers haven't signed yet, big names, or put pen to ink, ink to pen, ink to paper. I think that's what they're waiting for. I think Justin Jefferson signs right before camp. I hope he doesn't hold out of all the OTAs. I don't think he will. He didn't last year. He just did the voluntary ones. But again, he held out of voluntary ones last year and he didn't sign. So he didn't extend. And they said they were really close. So what's holding this up? He is only more expensive now than last year, in my opinion. Now, gosh, then there's also Peter Schrager from Good Morning Football, who does a really respected mock draft, and he had the Vikings sticking and picking and taking a cornerback at number 11. And believe it or not, at 23, no, Peter Schrager says that, hey, I I called all these NFL people. I called it, I have my insider information, and then I developed what I'm put out. And sorry, a little sick. At at 23, the Minnesota Vikings stick and pick and take Bo Nix at 23, and Michael Penix was available. So the top four quarterbacks went off the board. The Giants got to number 5, and blocked the Vikings and took the fourth quarterback, and then Bo Nix was taken by the Vikings at 23. Now I'm higher on Bo Nix than most. I wouldn't be happy with that. I would at the best situation of us taking Bo Nix was if we traded down to like 32 or something and took him there, got some picks and got a pick or two in the second round. I don't, or in the second day. I don't know. I don't know. Bo Nix, I like him. I'm higher on him than most. I don't think I or other people would be extremely happy. I don't think it's gonna be. He's a high second round talent to me. I don't think he's first round talent, but I think he's high second, and he was productive, and he's got athletic traits, and he's accurate. In fact, he's ranked the 6th most accurate quarterback of all the top 15 prospects. I believe he's top 6. Um, I think McCarthy was 6. I think Bo Nix was actually higher, 77% completion percentage. I mean, even if you take out screen passes, this guy is extremely accurate, extremely productive. If you took out all the throws behind the line of scrimmage, this guy's still like 3,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. So I'm not. I wouldn't trash on it. The only reason I'm not trashing on the idea is because if we draft him, I don't want this video to come out me trashing on our quarterback. But Bo Nix, I wouldn't be happy at 23. I wouldn't. But we would get 2 players instead of 1, and we wouldn't have to forego next year first round pick either. Might be good. Bo Nix might work out, but I don't think it's a splash everybody's wanting. Drake Maye is going to be a splash. JJ McCarthy is going to be a splash. Do I think they're more ready than Bo Nix or a Michael Penix? Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think projecting them for the future, I think they have a higher upside, and I'd be more excited about the higher upside of Drake Maye and JJ McCarthy than I would about Penix or McCarthy. Now, Penix, I would absolutely be in love with if he was right-handed, and if he didn't have 2 surgeries on the same knee. That's my take on that. That's my take on that. But hey, this news is all about the smoke behind Drake and Maye. Let's go get him. Let's go get JJ McCarthy. I don't care. I want that. I want the big splash just as much as anybody. Let's go. I think this whole draft class, at least top 6, maybe even 7, is very talented. Not that we can't go wrong, but it's a high probability, I think, because all these guys can throw. All these guys are mobile. All are athletic. All of them have a special trait about them. It's in some part of their game that they can lean on, and that's why I'm excited about the 2024 NFL Draft. Stick around, find out. Let's go. Cue the music.